What's up, everybody? This is Sound Off with Stixx. This is Keith Stixx from Tsunami Cables, and I am here with Mark Corradetti. What's up, Mark?
How you doing, Keith?
Good, man. Good. Glad you're here. So, Mark is a new Tsunami family artist right here. So we're getting him all set up, stuff like that. I've known Mark actually for a couple of years now, here and there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think we bumped into each other at NAMM shows,
Absolutely.
through other friends.
Right, lots of mutual friends.
Right.
Absolutely.
Usually how these things work.
Right, exactly, absolutely. So Mark, let's go ahead and jump in the time machine a little bit and go back, right? And go back and let's talk about you're the beginning of your career and starting out playing music and all that good stuff.
Okay, well, gosh, if you want to go back all the way, we can do that. But basically, I'm a suburban kid from New Jersey, just outside of New York City.
Nice.
Little town called Summit, New Jersey.
Okay.
A great music program. I was involved in concert band and all that stuff through the whole 10 and 12 years.
Right.
And picked up the bass when I was I think 14.
Okay.
Cool. I don't think I should say the year.
That's fine.
Give away my age. It was 1980. I was going on 15.
Nice.
And just kind of, started listening to Beatles songs and, we need a bass player and who's, I'll do it, and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And it just kind of stuck from there.
Nice. Very cool. And then you're a Berkley grad, right?
Well, I'm not a grad.
Okay, but you went to Berkley.
But I went to
Right.
Berkeley for 3 complete years. And,
Gotcha.
Soon after high school, I think it took a year off.
Okay.
And went up to Boston, probably the best years of my life.
Right.
Because all I did was play, practice, and go to class.
Right.
It was great.
Yeah.
And so I was really open to it. I have nothing but fond memories of the people and the things that I did. I learned a lot of what to do, and I think more importantly, now that I'm older, I can look back and go what not to do.
Right.
So
absolutely. Very cool, man. That's awesome. And then from there, where did you head to?
Well, after Berkeley, I went back to New Jersey. Okay. I went to work for a cruise ship line for Walt Disney.
Oh wow! Okay.
For a little while,
Cool.
So I was back and forth from Florida to the Bahamas.
Right.
I was kind of kind of hippie.
Yeah.
Kind of guy, and
you were playing on the cruise ship.
I was playing bass.
That's awesome,
so every night, 6 nights a week. And,
Whew.
So when that ended, I went back home. Didn't have any money, but I was able to stow away on a Delta flight, so that was kind of cool.
Nice.
Went back to New Jersey, and I really got busy really fast. I was doing lots of what they call up there club dates and things.
Okay.
And I must have been working 100+ dates a year.
Nice. Okay.
Playing people's weddings and high-class functions. This is where I learned a lot of tunes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, I was working with some of these guys that knew tunes, every tune ever written in any key on demand.
Right.
Well, I would come home sweating because, I didn't know all this stuff.
Right.
And that's all these guys did for 80 years.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot from those guys. And after that, I had kind of had I'd gotten married, so, I kind of started to think a little bit differently, and like, where could I go? So we just kind of took out a map and did the old twirl the finger thing, and it landed like in Africa or something. Like, I'm not going to Africa, man. It's like
that's great.
It's like, well, let's keep it in the United States. So we brought over a new map, and it's like it ended up in Nebraska. So I'm like, I'm not going to Omaha, man.
Right.
So, the closest place was Nashville.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we decided to move down to Nashville,
Cool.
and I ended up being there for 22 years.
Wow. That's
awesome. It was cool. I had a really good time. Didn't play on any major records or anything like that, but I worked all the time with some great name players, and
that's great.
For a good long time.
Yeah.
So after that, in 2015, I had a few opportunities out here in California. I was signed up to work with a guy named Dan Glenn. He's an excellent musician. And he was based out of Carpinteria, California. So I had a little tiny house built.
Mm-hmm.
You know what those are?
Yeah.
Well, I had a deal with HGTV. They did a Tiny House Hunters episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I had a place to
No
put
way.
it. The producer let me put it in his backyard. So
Wow.
we lived. So they did an episode of the TV show, and I was able to live there and get involved with a lot of the artists there.
Cool.
It kind of didn't go as planned.
Wow.
Some things went awry, but that's okay. Everyone's landed on their feet, and
Right.
that's a good thing. And so then, I'm still here,
Yeah.
So, I ended up, getting a place up near Ventura up there.
Uh,
And we live out over there. And, so for the last, I guess, 3 years now, I've just been bouncing around a lot.
And playing.
Yeah, playing tons.
playing a ton.
Doing
That's
a lot of my online session work. I do that
Right.
almost every day. I'm pretty busy with that. Just got back from Budapest. Had a
Yeah.
great trip out there. I was playing some jazz out there.
Oh, very cool.
And
Okay.
I had a film score date out there.
Nice.
Last weekend I was playing up in Yosemite with John McEwen,
Yeah, I saw some
great
pictures.
artist,
Yeah.
and now this week I'm down talking to you.
Yeah. Slumming it down
Yeah,
here.
slumming it down in Southern California.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So yeah, I'm glad to be here.
great, man.
Sure love this, man.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely, man.
Mhm.
Well, that's great. That's really killer. So when you were in, whenever you were telling me earlier a little bit overseas and doing the Europe trips, so that Budapest and stuff like that, you went to quite a few different places, not just Budapest.
well,
Right?
no, I was just in Budapest.
Oh, you were- okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
originally
I got that.
there's supposed to be a short tour involved
Oh, okay,
in
gotcha.
Vienna and
Oh,
then
okay, I see.
this some other
Right.
names that I can't pronounce.
right.
But in that area, all these cities are very close to one another.
Right.
So what ended up happening is, the gentleman that I was working with, he's a pretty well-known trumpet player
Gotcha.
over there, Barnabas Lawrence.
Okay.
I mean, there they put their last name first. It's like different. It's like the
Okay.
opposite.
Yeah.
So his name is Lawrence,
Gotcha.
and he's great. He does these loop things with his
Oh, wow.
trumpet and all that,
Wow.
and then he uses a rhythm section.
Cool.
To jazz it up
Uh-huh.
and funk it up a little bit, and that was really cool. And I've worked with him when he comes to Los Angeles. He'll take me up to San Francisco, and
Nice.
if
Okay.
he does gigs around. So
Right.
he's been a really good friend too.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
great, man. That's
Mhm.
killer. That is awesome.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, anytime you can travel and play, you know what I mean?
Well,
that's great.
it's always a good day when they pay you for it.
Right,
When,
yeah,
when you get
exactly.
to play music. I
Yeah.
always said that. And also we got to do a great film score date. Well,
Right.
the studios over there are a little bit different than they are here.
Okay.
This one was built like in the 1950s, I think.
Oh, wow.
They didn't change a thing.
Oh, wow.
They
That's cool.
started with a conductor. I didn't speak the language. I just had to
Right.
read the music. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I read really well. So
Right.
I finished that project, and that's it.
That's cool,
This
man.
is the universal language.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's crazy. Absolutely. That is awesome, man. Well, I got a couple of questions for you.
Lay it on me, brother.
Absolutely, man. So, what was the first bass that you ever got, and when did you get it?
Great question. I got it. I believe I got it in October of 1980, and it was a white Fender Mustang.
Oh,
And what
alright.
those are? Do you know they are?
I know they are.
They're like little mini
Yeah.
Fender short scale basses.
Yeah.
Well, I remember my bass teacher at the time said, why don't you get a professional bass?
Did you get a real bass?
And he kind of bummed me out, and I kind of liked it, So and I still wish I had it, but we bought it new at a place called Rondo Music on Route 22 in Union, New Jersey. My mother
Okay.
bought it for me. Oh, it was a great day.
That's awesome.
And then I ended up selling it because you listen to other people and you get led astray and I
Right.
need to get a professional bass, but I'm not professional.
Right. Absolutely.
So that was my first bass.
That's cool, man. That is great. All right. Well, we're gonna do a rig rundown here with you in a little bit.
Okay.
You got a couple of your bases out here, but if you've got all your bases and in a burning building, and you got to run in and grab one.
Wow, good question. Well, I do love all. I believe I've got 5 instruments at home, but the ones I'd have to double fisted on this one. I would have to go for my Sukop 5-string basses.
Okay.
Because they've been with me for about 22 years.
Wow.
You know, the gentleman that builds them is also a personal friend that I went to Berkley with years ago.
Nice.
We're still friends, and he built the basses.
Wow.
He lives in New Mexico. I would do anything for those instruments.
There you go.
But then again, I'd probably run back in and get my Fender and get my Ken Smith. And, you know, but those are the 2 I wouldn't want to live without. I don't think I'd want to face them thinking, you know, burning buildings.
They burned down.
So I'm pretty loyal. I've been playing those basses for a long time.
Yeah, I mean these are the 2 here, right?
Yeah, right here.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and they're gorgeous. And to think that they're that old. I wouldn't have thought that they're that old.
Well, the one is 22 years old. The fretless is only about 5 years old. I had him build me a copy of it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So I would have one fretless too.
Right.
So he did.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you what kind of woods are in it or anything. I'm not really that guy.
That's
fine. You know, all I know is, you know, I've got Bartolini pickups in it.
Yeah.
And GHS strings, you know, and the rest, you know, Unga Bunga wood, I'll just call it, you know, so.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm just not that guy.
Yeah, but no, I mean, they look amazing.
Thank you.
What advice would you give your younger self about playing bass if you had a chance?
Well, you know, if I had to give myself, I think I did give myself some advice, and I was fortunate enough to have some really good teachers, and I listened to what they said. And they did say to learn to read music.
Yeah.
Okay, because that saved my life in many situations. I can't tell you how many paying gigs I've gotten that have you know, helped me because I can read very well.
Absolutely.
Also, you know, learning tunes.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you go to these gigs and you get called, and, you know, you're going on the fly. There's no rehearsal. There's no set list.
Right.
You know, so, you know, it's either, you know, sink or swim.
Yep.
And number 3, there's more. Have huge ears. You know, it's that's what it's all about. Right. You know, listening to everybody else.
Yeah.
Not how many notes you can play in every bar, everything that you know. Just play the right stuff for the song.
Yeah.
Because the older you get, the more this just comes natural.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's hard to understand. Oh yeah, I'm doing it, but when you got a little age on you, start to, you know, you really like get it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, oh wow. So like all these little light bulbs go off a little later, 30, 20 years later from what these teachers were telling you.
Right.
And, you know, that's what I would tell everybody. Yeah. What they told me, you know.
That's great. No, that's great advice, man. Absolutely. I think one of the things too that I think is also lost a lot, which you're very good at, is like just the hang. Like just being able to hang and talk to people and just, you know what I mean? Like the non-playing part, that's such a huge part.
It's an enormous part.
So many people don't realize that, you know, I mean, when you're, you know, show up late, you're a jerk or whatever, nobody wants to work with you. And
well, I mean, for example, I was late tonight, you know, because I drove 4 hours to be here.
I was just saying,
you know, hey, but I wanted to be here badly, so absolutely. I decided to come. You know?
Absolutely. And I'm greatly appreciated.
Don't even worry about that part.
Yeah.
But I'm a loyal dude.
Yeah.
But the hang, it's very important. You got to know how to interact with people. Social skills are very important, extremely important. I can't stress it enough. You got to be a cool dude.
Absolutely.
Nobody likes a jerk.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I mean, as you know too, so much of, you know, playing in, you know, the kind of groups that you and I play in, where you get a call and it's you don't know half the band and you're just showing up and you know, here we go.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So much of whenever you're playing is nonverbal communication too. You know what I mean?
You know,
someone's looking at you and gives you an eyebrow raise, and you're kind of like, okay, here goes the next section.
So it's always the bass player.
Right.
But, you know, like an eyebrow raise or a nod, a smile, goes a long way in these situations, especially to make people feel comfortable. Because I'll tell you, you can't make good music unless you really enjoy making music with the people you're hanging with.
Absolutely.
And that really gets lost today in our world of, you know, texting and, you know, video games and all this stuff. You know, I mean, this is the sign of the times. Right. And, you know, I'm not faulting it. You know, this technology is awesome.
Absolutely.
But, good social skills. It's like what you used to be when you wanted to date a girl. You'd go to her front door and talk to the father first.
Right.
I mean, we've kind of lost that a little bit.
Oh yeah, so. Absolutely. Yeah, I think we've come quite a ways from that. But yeah, absolutely, man. All right, so the next set of questions I got for you are pretty much like one-word answers. So first thing that kind of pops in your head.
Uh-oh.
All right, so here we go.
Okay.
All right, so what's your favorite word?
Dope.
Dope. I like it. All right. What's your least favorite word?
That's a good question. Insignificance.
Okay, that's a good one. I like that one. That's a really good one. What sound or noise do you love?
I love the sound of an open A string on a bass.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. What sound or noise do you hate?
Are we talking about a tone or just
anything? Any kind of sound or noise?
Feedback.
Yeah, we were talking about that actually.
Uncontrolled feedback.
Oh yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, it's just brutal. It racks my brain.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a real quick sidebar.
Sure.
Crazy experience in the studio whenever I was at MI. Not at MI, but I was going there at the time.
Right.
And I was in the studio, and there was if you had the talkback mic on as well as having the headphone cans on, it would get ridiculous feedback for whatever reason.
In the headphones?
In the headphones. And so I was in the booth playing, getting ready to play, and of course the engineer leans over, hits the talkback mic, and to tell me something, and it instantly just feedback right. I literally fell off the drum stool.
Oh, so your brain was...
Oh, it was like, yeah. And I mean, it took every ounce of me not to go in there and just beat the living, what out of
Right, oh, God.
Man, it was horrible.
It's the worst.
Yeah, it really is. Feedback is no joke, absolutely.
It can happen accidentally.
Right,
yeah. But, geez.
Oh, yeah.
Does that rattle my brain? Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. Absolutely. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
That's a good question. I've done other things, and I'm an experienced real estate broker.
Right.
I've done that. But if I had to really make a choice, I think I'd like to be a host in an Italian restaurant.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, because I love people. I love to make sure people are taken care of.
Nice.
Hey, I just love it. I love the banter. I love the Italian stuff, and hey, you just want to start with a salad?
I love it. I think you do good at that. I think that would work out well.
Make it feel comfortable.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Oh, it's very cool. I love it. All right. Before I get to my last question, where can people find you?
Oh, well, I'm pretty easily found,
Yeah.
You can call me, but I'm not going to give you my number.
But on social media.
Yeah, I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook and
Right.
Instagram. I've got a fairly good following on both, and I've got a website, www.markcorradetti.com, and
Gotcha.
that kind of includes just about everything I'm doing. And
everything else.
And, with the online sessions and where I'm playing and with who and,
Absolutely.
all that kind of stuff.
Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, and then you're doing, is it just, you said the online session thing. Talk a little bit about that, because I'm not super familiar with that program. So, and I think it's actually really pretty cool.
It's very cool. It's kind of a way I got into this about 5-6 years ago when it was pretty new.
Okay.
For the most part.
Yeah, it seems like that would be really neat.
And I kind of got in, I kind of just hooked up with it and there's some of these services online that you can get on with, and I was fortunate enough to be like one of the first ones,
Right, yeah.
So I already had a lot of studio experience. I'm like, wow, this is great. I can, just do tracks at home.
Yeah.
When I'm not otherwise busy. So it got really busy. I do it almost every day now, but there's a few services that I use, airgigs.com and soundbetter.com.
Okay.
So, you have a profile, and people read about you if they don't know who you are.
Right.
They listen to some of your samples, and,
cool.
They get in touch with you through the website. And,
Nice.
you give them a price for what you're going to do. And I'll tell you, I have worked with and met so many great people from around the world. I mean, I think tomorrow I'm doing a thing for a guy in Switzerland. I just finished a children's song for someone in London yesterday.
Cool, man.
And I do these ongoing sessions for this for this group in Germany.
Okay.
And it's just, in fact, I heard it on the radio when I was in Budapest. I was
Okay.
like, "Holy God, look at that, man!"
That's my
it's
check. Yeah.
It's like, where's my check?
Yeah, right. Where's my royalties?
Yeah, royalties.
Yeah, right.
So, and some really neat people,
That's
know,
cool,
and
man.
with, we didn't have social media like 25 years, 30 years
Right.
ago.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, you're meeting people from, Croatia and,
Right.
Antarctica and all these crazy places just by virtue of being on Facebook,
Right. Yeah.
or Africa. I mean,
Yeah.
before you had to make sure you were home, so when the phone rang, you could
Right.
answer.
You
Although
answer,
there was
yeah.
no answering machines then either, so you had to
Right.
be there.
You had to
you
be
know?
there. Yeah, exactly.
So that's been great. I enjoy the work.
That's great, man.
I love it.
That's
I do
really
it every
cool.
day.
That's very cool. Awesome. All right, man. Well, my last question.
Okay.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say whenever you arrive?
That
at
is
the
a
pearly
great
gates?
question. I'd like him to, well, I can imagine what would happen. I'd, come up there and have to sit at the desk. Jesus would, go over the, okay, Mark, let's see, I'm not too crazy about this thing that you did at this point. I'm not too crazy about this thing,
Yeah.
but overall, Mark, you did a good thing. Well, welcome home. So that's what I can imagine. I hope I'm welcomed.
Yeah.
In the afterlife, wherever
Absolutely.
it may be.
Right. Exactly. Awesome,
So-
man. Cool. Well, again, man, thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure is mine, brother.
And make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below. And this is Sound Off with Stixx. Thanks, Mark. Peace.
Thanks. Bye.